In this video, we're going to use the graph of a linear equation to identify its slope and y-intercept, and then use those to write the algebraic form of this linear equation, which we'll write in slope-intercept form. So the key thing here will be that we'll need to know what the slope-intercept form is, and that general form is y equals mx plus b. And in that form, m is the slope, and b corresponds to the y-intercept. So looking at this graph, we're going to want to find a couple of points, and as we look at it, we want to be certain that these are points on the graph. If we pick something almost on the graph, our slope won't be accurate. So I'm going to look for places that this line intersects a couple of grid lines, and that'll tell me where clear points are. So looking at this line, I can see the point -2, +7, so -2, +7 quite clearly. And then moving along, I can see -1, +3. I can see that point as well. I can see the point 0, -1. And then I can see the point 1, -5. So to determine that slope, I'm going to look at how many units, I'm going to look at my change as I move from one point to another. And so I'm going to look at rise over run, and I'll look at how many units it takes to get from one point to another vertically and horizontally. So going from this point -2, 7, to get to the point -1, 3, I go down 4 units, and then I go right 1 unit. To get from -1, 3 to 0, -1, I do the same thing. And that's a key feature of a linear equation, is that that slope is constant. So this pattern is going to continue as such. And so looking at that, I went down 4 units, and then I went right 1 unit. And so writing out that slope as rise over run, when I go down 4 units, I'm going to associate that with a change of -4 for y, and right 1 unit is a change of +1 for x. So when I write out m, I'm going to use the number -4. -4 divided by +1 is going to give me -4 for the value of that slope. Now the y-intercept, I see that I have the point 0, -1. And so I'll write that down, that y-intercept. I've identified the point 0, -1. So going to that slope-intercept form, I need y equals mx plus b. And I have both the slope and the y-intercept. Now this y-intercept of 0, -1 tells me that the value of b is -1. So in writing out the slope-intercept form for this equation that's graphed, I have a -4 for m, so I have y equals -4x. And then I have -1 for b, so I'll add -1, and then when I simplify that, I'll write -4x minus 1. So the algebraic form of the linear equation we see graphed is y equals -4x minus 1, and that's written in slope-intercept form.